Okay, let's make some egg cups and some potato pancakes. Those are good to take with you when you're traveling around, like going to work in the morning. Something real quick. First thing I got going, I got my oven on 350. I got a pot of water on from boiling. Doesn't have to be a big pot, just enough for a little bit of this. We'll get this broccoli out of the way. To do these, we're going to get them close to the tip right here as I can get. And just kind of follow it around a little bit. You want a little bit of the stalk in there, but not a whole lot. If you want to use the stalk, it's fine. You can just chop it into little pieces like this big, because they're going to cook up anyway. We're going to do 3 cups of the broccoli and 3 cups with bacon. So then we're going to do broccoli and cheddar, and we'll do bacon, onions, and Swiss, because that stuff goes good together. Like a quiche Lorraine has onions and Swiss in it. I think that should be enough. That should be plenty. Just get that out of the way for now. Okay, water's over there coming to a boil. You don't want these too big. That's why we cut them like that, so we can break them up and make them smaller. You don't want to chop them a whole lot, because you don't want a lot of this little crumbs down there either. So I'm just going to get these out of the way for now. What we're going to do is blanch those. Blanching is just cooking it just for a little bit to get it started. You're not boiling until they're completely cooked. Blanching them will get them halfway cooked, basically, and it'll get them a brighter color too. Okay, we'll let that water come to a boil. And get this pan started. Got some bacon, hometown original. So you figure you're going to have 3 cups, 3 separate ones. So figure how many pieces you want in each one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pieces sounds good, huh? For 3 of them. Okay, bacon's a little hard to manage sometimes. You want to cut it in half this way. Sorry, I got the wrong knife. All right. I'm going to get them in about 1/2-inch cubes. They're going to cook down smaller anyway. The thing about bacon, it's raw because it's smoked, but you don't have to cook it to death. I mean, it's like any other meat, 165 and it's cooked. Anything over that, you're just reducing down that fat, which is, I mean, it's good. It makes it nice and crispy. This will be plenty. I got my pan never on high, it's on medium over there, so it'll take a minute to heat up. Okay. The water's boiling. We're just going to dump them right in there. Those are only going to be 2 minutes max. Get these out of the way. I can't believe it. All right. That's hot. Get them in there cooking. I'm going to grab an onion. Onions are easier if you leave that stump on the back. And we're going to cook down fairly small. So we want them small enough to fit inside of our cups too, right? Broccoli's done. That's blanching. So I'm going to strain this out over here, out of the way. And when you're blanching something, you need to shock it. When it's done to that point, you hit it some cold water on it. Cold water is going to stop it from cooking, or else it will just sit over there and steam in its own heat. You don't want that. Okay, meanwhile our bacon's cooking down nicely. You can get this as crispy as you want. And here's our onion. Now the bacon's about halfway done here. Let's get the onion in there. That's going to cook inside the bacon fat. I'm going to use these beautiful new pot holders that I got. Alright, give those a toss. Let those cook down just for a minute. Okay, I'm going to flip this over. That's got that raw pork on there. We're going to be cooking everything, but it doesn't matter. We got some shredded cheddar, Swiss cheese, and the eggs. So we're going to do 6 eggs. We're going to do 6 cups. It's always a good habit to crack your eggs. This is why. Into a separate container, because you never know what your egg's going to look like. Sometimes you get a bloody one. Sometimes you'll drop a shell down in there, and it just makes it so much easier this way. I'm going to give them a scramble. Making fluffy eggs doesn't require water, milk. It requires a good mixing and a little bit of air that gets beat into it. Sorry about the noise, but alright, that's mixed nice and well. Just going to get that out of the way for now. Bacon and our onions are looking good over here. Let them cook down some more. So bacon is basically cooked right now. But we're going to render it down. Rendering means it's getting some of the grease out of it, cooking it down, and there's a lot of fat in bacon, so we're going to let that cook down for a second. Into our broccoli bowl, we're going to put some Swiss cheese. We got this chunk of Swiss. And again, think about how many cups you're going to do and how much cheese you want in each cup. I think that'll be enough for 3. I think so. A couple more passes. Much better. Don't throw that box grater in the sink yet. Okay, we got our Swiss. Got our bacon and our onions. Got about 2 more minutes left on them. Broccoli's done. Got our cheddar ready. Okay, let's talk about these potatoes. We're going to make potato pancakes. And it's traditional for the potato pancakes. We put onions in them. We put eggs. And we squeeze the potatoes after we shred them. and take the liquid out of them, and then let it sit for a few minutes, and then drain the water off the top, and all the potato starch is at the bottom of the pan, and then we put that back in. We're not going to go through all that today though. These are going to be for like taking with you type of thing. Alright, our bacon is done. I don't want to go too much more than that. So I'm going to pull these off to the side and let it cool. We need that to cool for us. Okay, so the potatoes, I'm not going to peel them. Big thing is peeling them. Don't peel them. I like the vitamins you get with it. Turn that off. You could peel them if you want. I mean, you get down close, watch out for them knuckles. Let's get those into a bowl. Now we're done with the grater. Now these guys, I'm going to go over to the sink and we're going to squeeze them. And watch all the liquid that comes out. That's a lot of liquid, right? We don't want any of that liquid in there. Okay, so let me walk over to the sink real fast and give these a real quick squeeze. Alright, with the skins they're going to be dark. That's okay. And into here, we're going to grate an onion. This guy, you want to leave it as whole as possible. Just makes it easier. This is 1 small onion for 2 potatoes. There's plenty. Guess we weren't done with that, were we? The onion has a lot of water. And that's one of the reasons why we took out the water from the potato. You can definitely squeeze them both. Grate them both and then squeeze them out if you want. That would work just as well. Right. Give them a quick toss. Now, a little salt. A little black pepper. Potatoes love salt. And we're going to take some nutmeg. So we got this little nutmeg grinder there. Some fresh nutmeg. I don't like buying it by the container because I don't use that much. Alright, this guy you can hold on to pretty good. Be careful, these things will just rip you right apart too. If you don't have this, that's fine. Because the side of the box grater will work too. That's plenty. This little piece on the box grater will do just as well, but that'll just shred your knuckles if you get in that. So you don't want any part of that. Alright, with these 2 potatoes we're going to put 1 egg. And we're going to put about 4 tablespoons of flour. That's a tablespoon, and I was going pretty fat there. Right. Looks dry at the moment, but it'll soften up in a minute once that flour gets all situated inside there. And that's what we're looking for. You want something that's going to stay together. Okay, push that out of the way. You're going to get to them in a minute. Let me wash my hands off. Let's grab our pan here. Give this guy a spray. You can do all 12 if you hadn't wanted to use 12 of your cups, that's fine. All right, back to this over here. Looks pretty good. Onions are cooked, they're not cooked to death. The bacon is nice. If you wanted it crispy, it can be crispy, that's fine. So right into this, I'll push this off to one side, we don't want all that. We're going to take this, get a little bit of that fat there, giving that a press. Going to mix that right in with the Swiss cheese. Beautiful, huh? Give it a toss. I found that tossing it and mixing it ahead of time works the best. Gives that cheese a chance to soften up, so it doesn't just kind of sit in layers on top of the bacon. And then when you pour your eggs in there, it kind of bleeds through better. Okay, we're going to fill these up pretty darn good. Look at that, we're going to get 4 of these. That's fine. Fill them up fairly well. Anything that's not in the cup, it's going to burn. So get it all in there. Now we got our broccoli, it's drained well. Put some cheddar in there. Same thing, whatever you want to, however many you're going to fill up. So broccoli and cheddar, looks like a plenty amount. And we're going to have extra cups worth, that's for sure, huh? So grab the other one. Nice. Once again, anything that's not in the cup's just going to burn up, so you might as well just get it all in there, right? And we only had 6 eggs. I'm going to add 1 more egg to this. Okay, I don't have a measuring cup, but I like putting it in one of these shake things, because it kind of has a tendency to roll off the back of your mixing bowl. And then just make sure you do even amounts until you get to your full. This will give it a chance for everything to run down inside. Got too much in one or the other, poke them down. Nice. All right, these are going to go right in the oven for 20 minutes at the 350. Potatoes are going to take about 10 minutes, so I'm going to wait about 10 minutes before I come back and we'll start on the potatoes. Okay, we're back. The egg cups have been in for about 10, maybe 11 minutes or so. I got my oil preheated. This is sitting right around 360, which is fine. It's going to lose some temperature when we put it in. I probably got about a half a cup, 3/4 of a cup of oil in there. So we should get about 8 portions out of this. Excuse me. And you can use a scoop, one of your new scoops, and play with it and see what your how many scoops you get out of it. Put it onto another plate or another bowl just to see what you're going to get. This, I figured I'll just kind of cut it this way with my hands just to kind of get an idea. So yeah, we'll get 7, maybe 8. Okay, so we're going to get a ball about this big, a little smaller than a golf ball, and just kind of press it a little bit flat. Alright, so you want to get a disc about that big. That's going to be perfect. Okay, watch out for your knuckles when you put your fingers inside of here, okay? So just pop them down in there and let them sit. Don't play with them. Okay, I'm going to get about 4 at a time. They're going to take about 3 minutes per side. You can push them in there and then push them down. However you want to do it, but try not to get a whole lot of stray pieces sticking out because they're just going to burn up on you. And once again, kind of shape them a little bit. Press it flat. And let it go. Okay, it's potato, so it's going to take a while. If it's too high, it's going to burn. We don't want that. Okay, good size. It's a little smaller than the other one. There we go. They need to be a little soupy, but not really wet where they're dripping. And there we go. So this will let this go. They may stick to the bottom of the pan right now. I'll rinse my hands off real fast. They may stick to the bottom of the pan a little bit right now. That's fine. I'm just going to let them sit. Let them do their thing. Let that egg cook. Let that flour bind. I got a paper towel plate sitting here. We'll take a quick poke at these. They're starting to smell pretty good. They're rising up nicely. There's got about 8 minutes left. Our oil is a little cool. Don't be afraid to up and down on your controls. The oil's not hot enough, it's just going to sit in there and just soak up the grease. And if your temperature's right, there's no way to really check to see if the inside's done. But if your temperature's right, it should take about 3 minutes per side. Alright, I'm going to give these about 2 minutes and I'm going to flip these over. And then we'll get the other ones on, and by that time the egg cup should be done. Okay, we've been back. These have been going about 3 minutes or so. So let's give it a look here. Should be a nice golden color underneath. Oh, look at that, nice, huh? Okay. No, that one I was talking and that went in last, so. Give these just another second. Alright, nice, huh? Got a couple light ones, a couple dark ones. So these are going to take about 3 minutes on this side. Alright, these have been going for about 2.5, 3 minutes. Let's see what we got. Got a hot spot over here on the pan is what we got. Let's toss these around a little bit. Okay, they're feeling nice and tender. Starting to give way underneath their pressure. Nice golden color. Let's get those over onto our paper towel. Nice golden color. And these guys are looking like, there we go. They're going to need another second on that side. And push these off to one side over here. Egg cups are coming up on 20 minutes. Okay, let's see what we got. It's nice. There it is. Alright, egg cups have been 20 minutes. Potato pancakes are done. Nice and light. You can feel that they got lightened up a little bit from the egg cooking and the air in there. I'm going to pull this out of the way. I'll cook those other potatoes in a couple minutes. See what we got here. Okay, they're nice and fluffy. They rose up nicely. Look how they're sticking out of the top of the pan right there. Got a chance to cool a little bit. Let's cut one in half. This is the bacon, onion, and Swiss one. Definitely got to get a zoom in before we break into that. Oh, there we go. Okay, look at that, nice and firm all the way through. So broccoli, don't use a knife in these, okay? Mine aren't sticking, I'm just trying to get my finger. No, never put anything metal inside of your non-stick pans like that. Here's the broccoli cheddar one. Okay, nice and firm, cooked all the way through. It's our potato pancake. Nice and cooked all the way through, nice and creamy in there. That's the other. So there we go. You can take a couple of these guys with you. On your way to work. The other pancakes are cooking back there.